All right, what's going on, everyone? This is my fourth live today. 3 lives on social media and 1 on Zoom. Actually,
Slacking.
fifth if you count the one that we just did. What do you mean slacking? Man, Chloe said that I sounded like I was going to start taking over for Kermit the Frog soon, which is funny because I did in Marine Boot Camp, of course. They love their nicknames and such, and the boot camp life gave me the voice of this. And so they called me the Cookie Monster, and I can still do it. So, of course, you can imagine a couple drill instructors figure that out, and then they invite their friends. Hey, do the Cookie Monster. Oh, cookies, 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 cookies.
It's pretty good. Sounds like a good country singer.
A little bit, huh?
Yeah, it would work out really well.
You hit some House of the Rising Suns.
So here we
I feel
are
left
on.
out. I don't have a microphone.
You need a microphone like the rest of us, Mike? Here.
Yeah, I'll use my daughter's
Sippy cup.
flashlight.
Mike doesn't have a microphone. Oh, there you go. Is that a microphone?
No, it's flashlight.
Oh, that's a sweet microphone. Saul, I think we've got Saul in the backstage with us. Once I see him, I'll bring him on stage. There we go. So what we do here is we've started doing NavalX after hours, and it's just kind of people winding down. There's a lot going on right now in the world, and just kind of chatting with people. And some of us just got off a live call we did with the New York Times, and we're not going to talk about work, but we're like, hey, let's we're doing a retrospective. Let's just do it live. And we're not going to do a retrospective now, but we're just here to chat. If anyone's out there, if anyone's listening, NavalX has been live 3 times today. So if you're not listening, no problem. If you are, let us know you're there. Hey, what's up from I always slaughter your name, Juventino Gayton, what's up? I'm excited to have you join us. So I got some special guests right now with me that aren't always on the NavalX channels. What's up, Chloe?
What up, Matt?
Not much. So what do you, without talking about work, what do you do? Who are you?
Without talking about work, I think really hard.
You think really hard. Awesome.
And then
Mike?
I say stuff.
Mike, without talking about work, what is it you do? Let's try this. Let's and what's up, Colonel Shelton? I will say this. As we intro people tonight, how about we do it as tell your 2-year-old what you do. So Mike, you're up.
My kids think I'm in the military, which is hilarious. Because I'm not. I'm a Navy civilian, but if I told them I make video games, and they just stare at me like, what? And I don't even do that. But they don't know what software coding means outside of video games. So.
Fantastic. What about you, Saul?
I would say I help people play nice with each other.
That's important. Roy?
Yeah. Hey guys. So I go to work and I go pew pew. Super fun. That's what I do. And beep boop beep with radios to talk to people. So it's really fun.
That's awesome. So we got some folks with us. We said hi to Juventino. We had Colonel Shelton on the line. If he's still there, what's up, sir? We got John Marglick, the one and only. What up, John? And Kyle. This is cool. Thanks, NavalX. Love the London stuff. Thanks for joining us, Kyle. You've been with me all day, Kyle. I gotta admit, today I feel like I've got jet lag. So they did live with London to Hawaii. So, but no more work. What's up, everyone? How's life going?
Slammed.
Slammed.
But it's good. Good. I enjoy the work. It's just, even though I enjoy the work, I realize I need to take time away and just kind of break off and go walk on the grass or, go I don't know, do something silly or whatever. I tried doing a John Holly. If you don't know John Holly, look him up. I tried doing a John Holly cartwheel and didn't fare out too well. But
Please tell me that you're getting on the unicycle as well.
not yet.
Doesn't count if it's not on TikTok.
Right, exactly.
That's true. That's
Very
true. Oh, we got some more folks. Kyle, what's up? He's in West Coast, Bangor, Washington. Fantastic. So yeah, if you guys are out there, let us know who you are, where you're at. And Colonel Shelton, impromptu gathering. It's how we operate, sir.
It was.
I mean,
totally.
literally.
If you're up in Bangor, Washington, and you run into an Austin Batiste, tell him I said, what's up?
Well, Bangor is small, right? It's the entire state.
I think so. I don't know.
So I expect Kyle now. Everywhere Kyle goes, hey, is your name Austin?
Do you know Chloe?
Right.
Don't even ask. Did you know Chloe?
It's like somebody when I go back home and they know somebody's in the military, they'd be like, "Hey, do you know John Smith?" I'm like, "You know how big the military is?" Like,
I don't. I just say, yeah, I know him. But how do you know him?
Yeah,
And they
right.
start telling me stories about the person. I'm like, oh man, I'll have to let him know I ran into you next time I see him.
Can I pose a question again, like last week, to the chat?
Yeah. One sec.
I like doing this.
I know you do. Other couple people, Dan. Oh, we just got off the line with Dan from New York Times. What's up, Dan? Welcome to our world.
Yeah.
We were just in his world. And Francis from Boston. That's awesome. And I think he's going to start asking people if they know Chloe. So, Roy, go ahead and pose your question.
Yeah. So to Saul's point of what he likes to do, that silly thing he likes to do to break the monotony, I asked the question to the chat. What's that thing, that silly thing that you like to do, maybe a guilty pleasure that you like to partake in to break up the monotony day to day, work to home, home to work? What's that thing that breaks it up?
So that's a tough question. Seeing how home to work for me is literally walking down 6 steps.
From your add-on, from your 50-degree add-on to go inside the house. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Actually, I this week I moved to my bedroom. So now I go down and then I go back up once everyone wakes up. So it's too cold out on the porch.
Nice. Chloe, what's yours?
Ooh. Shooting guns. It's super COVID friendly. I don't have to talk to anyone. I'm really focused on one thing. Like I don't think about like work. I don't think about anything else because like if you don't focus on what you're doing, you're gonna miss, and that's just gonna make me mad. So I would say that's what it is for me. I would say popcorn Saul.
What breaks the monotony for you, Saul? So we just a new thing. It's popcorn. We pop it over to somebody else.
Got it. All right. So here's one thing I started getting into, right? And it gives me a laugh, especially when I need a breakaway. I work from home, so it kind of gets boring because I know my house. I really love my house, but one way that I disconnect is I reconnect and I watch this TikTok guy. It's random, right? It's not, I don't know when he schedules it. I'm still trying to get used to all that, but he comes up and it says, "Hey, yo," and he just kind of poses a question that's like an oxymoron, right? Like, do you realize that you only die once and you live every day? And it's just like, what? So I get a kick out of his 60-second segments, and it's just, I don't know. I end up pontificating sometimes in my own head. And I'm like, you know what? I need to get back to work. This is getting crazy and silly.
Awesome.
But and so I will pop it over back to Mohawk.
Well, I'm going to give my time to the people as I do. We got people chiming in here, and we're here for them. So we got one great comment here from John. Glad to see this group of folks together. It is a small Marine Corps and the Navy, definitely. It's surprising. I'll say that even with non-work quick comment. The Centers for Adaptive Warfighting and Major Lucas Burke was a part of that. As you all know, or those of you on the call anyway know, me and Burke served together 12 years ago in Okinawa, 11 years ago. And then last year bam, NavalX, Marine Corps, we're back together. So it's small for sure. Kyle's at the Carter-Rock Detachment, so he doesn't know too many from Washington. What's up, Robert Borka? How's it going? Uintino plays Minecraft with his son.
See, I'm about the Among Us, though.
What's that?
Among Us. Minecraft is too much Lego for me. Among Us, I get to kill someone. Just saying.
You can play with my kids.
There you go. We got another question from Colonel Shelton himself. Question for the NavalX Brain Trust. What excites you about what you have started and the difference you make? I'm going to go to Mike.
So what excites me is like during class, like seeing the people like start like their brain clicks on. So like they get out of their normal status quo, I guess. And they start thinking outside the box. And then you see them start thinking like, yeah, I could do that. Like by the end of the two or just this past week, 5 days, they're like, yeah, we're doing this. Let's go. And that's really cool. And then I'll actually do a yes and to that is actually seeing the civilians and the military interact and get a chance to like get to know each other during those classes, because a lot of civilians, from my perspective, don't get the opportunity. So like that is like one of the cool aspects of like the classes that we provide. So break there.
Excellent. Chloe?
It's the same for me. It's just a different vein. And when we talk about like NavalX and in-call efforts, right? I'm all about my Marines, and right, according to my promotion warrant, all those are lesser grade. So when they get pumped about something, like the ultimate hype man for me is not like Roy is like, he's my hype man. He's a good people, but like when it's that 18, 19, 20-year old, and if I could list more, I'll just feel really old. But like those are my hype men, right? Like they're my hype Marines. And so for me, what gets me excited is that seeing them like latch onto an idea, owning it, self-selecting, self-organizing. And then my favorite moment is when they're like, "Nah, I don't need you, fam." I'm like, by all means, then you got it. And so when they run with projects for me, like that's what excites me about it is when we're facilitating, or they reach back and just have like a quick question. They don't want any ownership or control or accountability on our end. They just, hey, I just need like your 2 cents. That's what pumps me up about it, because it's all about reinvigorating like junior Marines and non-commissioned officers across both the Navy and the Marine Corps team, and seeing them own something and seeing how accomplished they feel at the end of the day. Because I had that when I was a junior Marine as well, and that's like the best feeling in the war.
Absolutely.
Amen.
I feel like we're trickling and we're talking about a work that we love doing so much. But are we breaking the rules, Matt?
No, we're not breaking the rules, because we're not like, hey, go sign up for this class. Like that's what I mean. You're talking about your passion.
You just did it. Absolutely. That aggressive passion that you coined for me, it's getting the right people in the room. And when I say right people in the room, it's the subject matter experts that understand, hey, the task at hand, and also intertwine them with outliers, and then having the outliers saying, I have a voice. And then the SMEs, the subject matter experts, to value the outliers and the full spectrum in between, establishing that baseline. To Chloe's point and to Mike's point, putting it together, it's all about the people. And then the best thing that you can produce or refine within the militaristic construct are the people. That's the best thing you could do. And through scenario-based training, good training, and you'll never know if it's good training or not if you don't try it. So I'm going to lose money right now because I'm going to say it. It's just do it. You know, that Nike slogan, just do it. If you don't do it, then you can't refine it, you know? So again, getting the right people in the room, having everyone value one another, and just like our courses, you know, the fatigues or utilities, titles, they're all behind you. We're coming in title agnostic, rank agnostic, and we're looking at each other for the quality and the character of what is stuck here or trapped here, and definitely what's right here. This is what matters the most. And being to empathize with one another, understand each other, garnish each other's perceptions, and valuing it. Man, these things right here can definitely change the world. These sticky notes.
Magical. And so you have this trait about you, which I have always coined it to someone who's on the line watching us, John Margolick. I call it the John Margolick mode, where you start talking real quiet and you pull everyone in, and you do it very well too. So never lose that, Roy. Always be that part of yourself. And I'll throw my answer there to Colonel Shelton. I forget the questions. I got to read it again. My brain. What excites you about what you've started and the difference you make? I never thought that, as everyone out there probably knows who I am, I never thought that being me would inspire anyone. And so, like, whether it's my NavalX side or this new Mohawk Matt Be Awesome thing I've taken on, started, I never thought just being myself and grinding at work or paving the way, being that bureaucracy slayer, would allow anyone else to do it. I just did it because it needed to get fixed. I needed to do something. And so to hear and know the feedback and the stories of, hey, the thing you guys did at NavalX was great, or that video did it was great, that podcast made me change. My favorite one is from, and I'm going to call him out, is from Aaron Thies. And it was a feedback saying that the videos that you do for the quick chats with Mohawk Matt is when you make leaders approachable. We started doing those videos at NavalX just to share the message and share the great people out there. I never thought it would like have that kind of impact. And so it excites me to know that we're doing something that we don't even know the results. It's just happening. You just go and you just do, and whatever happens, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Couple other things. Awesome answer. So there you go. And Francis Yee, iterate, fail early, fail fast, iterate. And you're getting some praise from John Margolick himself. I never thought that being me would inspire anyone. I agree, John. I agree. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I think we must have scared Saul off. I mean, I know he'll be right back, but that's how we are. So if you guys are out there, this NavalX After Hours, just throw us a question, throw us a comment. We'll answer whatever you want to. My dogs are talking. So just let us know you're there. Say what's up, and we're just here to hang out for a little bit. Chloe, I'm gonna throw a question out there, and one that we kind of did last week a little bit. What surprised you about this year positively in your own life?
What surprised me in my own life this year?
It's positive, not just like the negative stuff that we could focus on.
All right, so I'll take it away. And actually, ironically enough, Ryan and I had a really in-depth conversation about this earlier this week.
Which one?
Right. Stop calling me, bro. No, so for those of you that don't know, Roy and I served together 5 or something years ago. Personally, right, outside of the good old uniform, my life was work, right? And not things that I was necessarily passionate about. It was just like grind to grind. And so since returning back to the fleet from my last tour, I would say in a positive way, I have not just told myself to make a work-life balance, but actually like put forth the effort, right? Time boxed, time on target. Like you will leave work by 1800 because no one will read your email anyways until 12 to 14 hours from now. So I would like to say positive wise in regards to like everything with COVID. It's just like spending some time focusing on who I am, where I want to be, what I want to do when I grow up and be a big kid, whatever that is. So I would say, yeah, that's my answer. Being positive is just like going on a nature walk and not sitting behind my desk or whatever, or staying after work. Work in regards to doing this is something I'm passionate about. Like,
That's
love
great.
it. Support.
That's awesome. So I'm gonna instead of asking that to everyone else, what's up, Jana? I don't know who you are, but I put the link out there. I'm glad you joined. You're on mute, Jana.
Yo, Jana's about to be new CAW. That's what she's about to be.
I know.
Gang, gang, yeah. Hey, Jana Smith. I'm in Tifton, Georgia. I was in the Scrum class and Warfighter Center Design last week with Roy. Had a blast, a great time. So much that I'm here tonight. My free personal time with you guys.
What is free personal time? Have you guys heard of that concept?
It's a thing. It's a thing that I came to terms with after I got out of the Army. I realized I was a real human.
So Matt, check this out. So Jana was in the class with LawCom that we hosted, right? And so like behind the curtain, Roy and Mike and I were all like, yo, Jana's it, right? Like she's off south, right? Like that's it. That's your girl. Like, come on, Roy. Like, do your thing. Get her on board. Let's go.
I was already on board before he called me.
That's the beauty of what we do, right? We look for those individuals that are motivated intrinsically and not based on power, money, and status. We look for individuals that just let off that spark. If shameless plug, not so shameless plug in my podcast. That was I had the privilege of jumping on with Mohawk Matt, episode 15. Captain Mackenzie Gage and I.
Not a shameless plug at all.
Gotta give people what they want, you know. So episode 15, Captain Mackenzie Gage and I, we talked about just our origins of what the CAW and NavalX meant to us, right? So it's looking for that intrinsic motivation, and that's not work related. That's a 24/7 thing. That's something that's continuously developed, you know, through just by being a human, being ethical, being moral, being sound, having good judgment, right? So sometimes people will let off that spark, and then if you see that spark, go after it, because you could light it up with them and just set the world ablaze, but in a very good way, a very, very good way. So
excellent. You know me, I'm back to the people, so we got some more comments here. Slay it, Matt, you got it, Kyle. And I gave my example of Aaron, and look, he's popped up. Look at that. Say the devil or angel's name, and he shall appear. This is from Jim Shelton once again. In case I don't say it enough, you all making generational institutional difference. So thank you, and thank you for if you're still there, sir. Thanks for all your support for what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Work question from Dan, the man, the myth, the legend from New York Times up there. Do you find utility in teaching the Agile Manifesto in your domain? I will allow this one work question because it came from someone else and not from us.
Yeah, sure. Those 68 words is facilitated within our military Scrum Master course that we provide. You know, we say the same thing. You know, the items on the right are to be valued, but not more than the items on the left. You know, my favorite one is valuing our people over processes and tools. Right. So I think that's the one that shouts out the most. Bam, tie into the military. For the Marine Corps, we have our leadership principles. Know your Marines, look out for their welfare, you know yourself and seek self-improvement. So it ties in really well. Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, great question. Did anyone else have thoughts? Mike?
I think he hit it on the head.
Perfect.
Mike's in the military. Good. If you didn't know, ask his kids.
Well, to me, if you don't know Mike, it looks like he's this super like educated man with his bookshelves behind him, his own private library, and I know him as
I am educated.
Which you are. He is educated. He knows how to make a great cheesecake. That's all the cheesesteak. That's all the education you need.
Man, it would be scary if I made a cheesecake.
Can you make it the same way you make a cheesesteak?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would probably turn out the same consistency.
We'll see.
Oh man, that's good times. Brandon Smart's watching.
Who's that?
That guy. Brandon, if you're there, I put the link to join us backstage. I put it on LinkedIn. Check it out. Don't be
Mhm.
scared. Don't be scared.
I need somebody else with great hair. Matt and I were holding it down.
Are we comparing hair now? That's not work. We can talk about
On
it.
the same level. Mine's within regulation. If I had yours, not so much. So
So what's you
excuse
guys'
me?
what's your guys' hair routines? Let's talk about hair routines. Mike's up first though.
Yep.
Okay.
He wakes up.
As you can tell, I use the same size trimmer all the way around my head. I'm just kidding. Nah, like actually, it's kind of funny. We stopped taking me and my son to getting our haircut like about 2 years ago because like I'm like I could do the same thing that this woman does, so like we just bought clippers instead of going to the hair cuttery.
Is that an official term? The hair cuttery?
Whatever. Dark giraffe. You guys don't have hair cutteries down there?
The hair that must be a South Philly thing or West Philly, wherever the heck you're from up there in Philly.
Yeah, the rest of us call them barbers. All right, I want to hear it. Let's go.
Yeah, this is. Wait, hold on.
Wait, how much time you guys got?
All right, so what do I do? So I put in either Old Spice pomade or beeswax, Murray's beeswax, the black one. I am not paid to mention any of these brands, by the way, FYI. But so I go ahead and put that in there. I get dressed. After I get dressed, because I can't do my hair unless I have clothes on, because it may not those right size volume may not go with the clothes that I'm wearing, right? Yeah, right. Science, right? So
Science.
So then what I do when I'm ready, I go ahead and blow dry it to get it nice and loose and warm and all that good stuff. And then I style it, and then Aussie's freeze spray. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. No, Aussie's freeze spray. Spritz, blow dry it for more volume, ensuring that it doesn't exceed bulk of 2 inches, because that would be out of regs. And yeah, that's my thing. That's what I do.
I'm glad this is recorded in case anyone needs to go back and take notes.
Yeah.
On that note, we got Brandon Smart in the house.
Yo, be smart.
What up? What up?
What's going on?
You know, NavalX After Hours. You never know what happens. Roy just gave a 2-minute tutorial on how to do his hair.
Sometimes it's the most important thing to talk about is good hair.
Thank you. Amen. You know what I'm talking about.
We were the men of good. We were the men of good hair. I got my my son in the back seat sleeping, so if I'm not talking too loud, I just wanted to, join you guys and have some fun.
Always. That's what it's about. There's a lot of crap going on in the world right now, good and bad, and figure, hey, I go live all the time for work. We might as well start going live just to meet good people like Jana. Apparently, Jana's from the crew. I didn't even know her. I was like, okay, I'll let her in. Let's do it. You guys there? I think. Oh, we just lost Brandon. But you guys.
I was gonna ask him if he was doing the dad thing.
I'm here.
Hey.
Don't worry.
He's probably doing a dad thing. What's your hair?
Driving the kid around in the car to get him to sleep. There he is. There's Be Smart.
There he is.
Are we still talking about hair routine?
Yeah, please, Jana, you're up.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. I'm like the tangle.
Can you guys hear her?
No.
Jen, I think
I don't know if
your
you've
Wi-Fi
seen
is going in and out.
the Tangela with all the hair. So it takes me like, oh no.
All right. So, Chloe, what about your hair routine? Do you do the whole sock thing in your uniform?
Even in uniform, I think I do less steps than Roy. To be honest, yeah, no, like normally I'm wearing a hat, for realsies, because that's how I roll. And then for work, it's a systematic routine of a lot of Tresemme. I could walk everyone.
Tresemme, ooh la la.
Yes.
You know it. And I get that level 5 because it says it protects against humidity, and I'm in North Carolina. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my hair care routine, which is still exactly 4 products less than Roy.
Well, one of his products is just pure motivation. They call it Bulldog, and you can get it at the MCRD.
Oh, I thought I could smell him from here.
Chloe, how's it feel being back in the regular fleet? You've been like a special devil dog for 100 years now.
100 years and special. Those are 2 things I would not categorize myself as.
Not too late.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I didn't. So it's weird when you leave, right? You leave conventional and go do. I'm gonna go with weird, right? Different. And so now I just. So the colloquial saying, right, is debates are won not by the best debate, by the best debater. So I debater my way out of things now. And hashtag running my campaign in 2040. So that's what it comes down to. So like notional example. You need to go stand. We have formation at insert time. And it's on order, maybe 2 hours of notice. Oh, it's interesting. I have a thing. Boss said so.
You're live.
And they're like, well, does the boss know you have this other thing? He doesn't know he has this other thing. My job is to make sure that he's my number 1 priority. That's my line of effort, my line of focus. If you want to tell him your priority is higher than his priority, by all means. To each their own. I ain't getting in the middle of that. And weirdly enough, I don't have to do. It is 100% different though in the aspect of, as I'm sure you know, Be Smart. Like, there's a paradigm shift that occurs when you come out of DC in one way or the other. That is both a blessing and a curse. So for me, I equate it to a lot the way the Wizard of Oz is. Once you see the man behind the curtain, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
It's no longer mystical. It's no longer like there's no Yellow Brick Road anymore. But on the plus side, the Rolodex is forever long in the iPhone. So those are the benefits.
Yeah, but then they expect you to know how to operate that system behind the curtain as well. Once you see it, they're like, "Oh, thank God you found me. You're up." And then you're the person behind the curtain for a while.
Well, the rest of us didn't write articles that got published in the Gazette.
Well, I don't know. Well, neither did I. I just hung out with people that did.
That's true.
Battle rhythms are dead. What? Where was it?
Just because they just put my name on it because they're kind.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what they do.
You guys are killing it though. Like from an outside perspective, I really just got on here just to say like what I've hopefully already said to you all in passing, in person, or at least in a LinkedIn comment of whenever you leave a new unit, your unit, right? You hope that your replacement carries on the good things that you're up to. And everybody's always overwhelmed. There's always hard things, always difficult things. And that somebody's always going to say, man, this guy before me sucked, right? Like that's inevitable. I've always had somebody reach back to me and say, oh man, your replacement's talking crap, or like at any unit that I've ever been to. And I'm like, I don't care, let them make it better. I don't care. They're trying to make it better. But if you look over your shoulder and you care about somewhere that you were, you hope that the people that came in care about it too. And that's one thing I've never had to like worry about, because this thing, man, you guys are doing such cool stuff. I think about it every day. I'm always, there's not an unread message on Slack or anything like that. So, my daughter and my wife are back, so that'll be for me. But I just want to say, continue doing what you guys are doing. It's amazing, good work, and you know, that spark is ablaze. Just keep it up. Gosh, you guys excite me. See you later.
Later, dude.
Later on, man.
It's that shut up and listen moment when Brandon speaks, you know?
Usually he's got that way.
Yeah. It's the hair. It's the hair. I'm telling you.
Hair. The
He was
hair.
hiding it. He was hiding it.
So I'm not gonna lie. I thought I had a long hair routine, and now I don't feel bad anymore.
What's yours?
I have some powder that makes my mohawk fluffy and stand up, and then I have pomade that just makes it stiff and good to go. It's about 2 minutes.
Yeah, Mohawk and I are on the same hair routine, despite the length difference in our hair.
A little bit. Well, I will caveat. I have a every 3-day head shave, so that takes about 6 extra minutes or so. I do like to keep the head shaved, which accidentally I accidentally followed Mike's trick and I went this way, and that's why I had no beard.
I have another question.
Hang on, you have a question from the people.
Does that hair routine move from the left of the board to the right as it gets completed?
Do you scrum that sucker?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like an information radiator, rating from the left to the right. Absolutely. And then when it's done, make sure that sprint review is good to go and you refine the process. There's a lot of iterations of this hairstyle. This is probably one of the best. Chloe, I think you remember I had like was it a faux hawk? It used to actually stick. It was like a ramp. It came up like this. Do you remember that?
Scrum boards are Roy's squirrel. You get him on the scrum topic, and he just goes with the scrum.
I know.
I was going to say that. So for any of you 90s kids out there, if you watch Jimmy Neutron at some point in time, I'm fairly certain Roy's hair was kind of Jimmy Neutron. You know what I mean?
It used to stick up. So I had a ramp. So then I ended up doing what they call in the civilian sector a pompadour, right? A pompadour. Yeah. So then I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and legally do a pompadour that is within regulations. You know, I don't got the hard part or anything. I don't like it, but that's my preference.
You have a good night, Dan.
See you, Dan. Mike, you've termed the coin.
Yeah.
Coined the term. So you can.
I can't believe you guys haven't heard of this. Those are
the hair cuttery. Definitely not, and we'll only be a few more minutes, and Francis, you know about the faux hawk. I'm getting a 5-minute warning from my wife because she's got a call she's about to do.
Okay.
But I do got another comment that came in from David Schiff, teammate. He said he couldn't get on the live because he's doing a Hanukkah celebration. But he said, hey, I can't access, but tell the CAW crew and everyone hello and a happy Hanukkah. So it is this
happy Hanukkah.
Season of many holidays. What was that? Yes, Mike. Are you a Hanukkah celebration guy?
No, I was saying yes to Chloe's Happy Hanukkah, and big shout out to David.
Yeah, we call it the Marine Corps silly time. You know, just a lot of holidays back to back.
Okay.
Jargon draft, right? Yeah, back to back holidays. Just
that's what you call it.
Yeah,
that's I've never heard it called that.
I call it Marine Corps Ramadan because I'm a SecCom kid.
I think it's more from like if it's a government civilian, it's more from like September to like March. You get like, if you work it right, you can get like every Friday, you get so many 3-day weekends in that like 6-month period.
After this year, I hit my 15 mark.
15 years, right?
Yeah. And I go to, I think, 10 hours?
8 hours.
8 hours?
8 hours, yeah.
And I will hit use or lose like 2 months into this coming year. So I'll be that guy now, finally, taking all of December off.
Nice. I have that. I've taken off in like pretty soon. So we did get a what's up from Brad. But yeah, we're gonna jump because I've got other things I've got to step to.
Oh, I got one thing before you.
Yeah, Chloe.
Thank you for everything, for not just this, but everything previous. I'm sure Roy sympathizes and empathizes and would reiterate the same, but I appreciate you.
You are welcome. I appreciate
I'm
it.
0 because I'm a SecCom kid. That question.
Say it again because I was talking.
I said, for Polly Walker Showback, I'm 0 because I'm a SecCom kid. GWAT made me, baby.
There you go. Well, we're gonna sign off here, and now Roy's been on. Oh, look at that! My lights are getting turned off and everything. That's
good.
No, everyone have a great
You guys
night.
have a good night.